Okay, a quick walk around my recently completed yellow aircraft Phantom F4 turbine with my old fairly unreliable Jet Joe 1400 turbine engine driving it. This has taken about 2 years since I first picked up the kit second hand to build. I think its first life was as a ducted FAM 91, and then I think the person then electrified it, and then someone else bought it at that point and was going to put a turbine in it and then sold it to me, and at that stage it was just a bare airframe and some retracts, and that was about it. And in the meantime I've had to build large sections of the aircraft, or rebuild large sections of the aircraft, largely to get it strong and to make it suitable for the forces that turbines produce and so on, and the heat, etc. Just to open up the hatch here, just a second. Okay, now you'll see the hatch in there. That's the Jet Joe turbine, and there's the bifurcated exhaust tube. It took a lot of work actually to build, because it wasn't designed for this airframe. It was from a larger Rafael, so I had to cut it down and build a spot welder or rebuild a spot welder to help me put it back together again. But I hope that's a reasonably tidy installation. And then the usual complexity of tubing and so on under the canopy, which I hope I can get off with one hand. Here we are, and that's it looks simple now it's laid out like that, but it takes a long time to actually work out where things should go. I've got a single air tank running both retracts and brakes. I've tried a few times, you get a few cycles out of each. There's been a lot of sort of ad hocery. I think that's a front strut from a yellow aircraft F-18, I think, but I'm not too sure. It's a bit too long. You can see the aircraft stands a bit high in angle of attack. I'm hoping that's not going to be a drama on takeoff. It could be, who would know. Some brakes I picked up relatively cheap, and some hubs, which took a bit of work and rebuilding. Anyway, that's basically it. No, as you can see, there's no flaps on this thing. Various people have said that flaps actually blank out the elevator, so don't use flaps because then you lose elevator response. But I guess that means that the thing's going to come in hot, so I'm not sure whether I'll be able to get this on and off our local strip. I'm going to Tamora this weekend, which is a nice long strip. I'm hoping that we'll be able to test flight there and to be able to land it, get it off and land it relatively safely. So that's it. A long time in the making. At least for me, it's been my most complicated project so far by a long way. But now it's done. I reckon it looks okay. Paintwork needs to be improved, but I can do that progressively. I'm not just touching up around where the edges of each of the camouflage colours meet. Isn't quite right. But I think the colours are pretty close, and the general overall sort of camouflage scheme is pretty close. So yeah, here's hoping that that it flies.